Hello. Welcome to the first live stream of Frugal Gardener. So these are the things that will be feed to the worms. I'll explain quickly to tell you what they are. Essentially, they're kitchen scrap, chopped finely, or you could potentially go with you can chop them up and put up with paper or other material, and then let them age and let bacteria decompose the chicken scrap, because worms, as you may know, don't really have mouth. So what they can do is they kind of eat the food by kind of sucking them up. Right, so let me show you what it looks like as you feed them. So after maybe a week or so, depending on the temperature, and then if you mix it with some mushroom, that's what it looks like. So it's ready to be absorbed. Same for this. So in fact, it's kitchen scrap mixed with paper. So this looks a bit disgusting for us. However, for the worms, they love it. They are not us. And then of course, after they've eaten it, what they cast out, as in worm casting, is the black gold. So that's tiger worm. These are small babies. Right. So tiger worms, so you can see they have some very distinct ring around them, and you can put this very healthy. Put some paper on top to protect it from cold. Right. You can see that they're very happy there. Look at that. So I can potentially harvest some. So this is worm casting. So I'll harvest some worm castings. Maybe some worms in there. So in short, that's what you do. It's a bit boring, but then it could also be therapeutic, depending on who you are, whether you have patience or not. And then if you do that without sitting down or kneeling and do a half squat, then it's also very good for your health. That's why it's a Zen gardening. Yeah. Usually we should wait a bit longer. Maybe I can't harvest that much today. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. I think they're too full of worms today. So maybe I harvest later. Looks like they're quite well finished. Right. Okay, I think they have eaten most of the food. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna feed this layer. And they say that this plastic bag is decompostable, but it's not. So it's better to just throw it away. Right. So you mix it. As it's quite wet, you can feel it when then it's better to put some more cardboard boxes in there because they don't like it too wet and too acidic. Because when food decomposes, they do get a bit acidic. And in fact, worms hate all the acidic fruit, so it's recommended that you don't compost any citrus fruit. Right, so we repurpose paper, cardboard. Right, so it also provides a bit of protection from the cold. So this layer is done. Let's have a look at the other layer. But usually I would be listening to some podcast now. I think when I'm streaming, somehow it's connected to my noise cancellation headset. So therefore, I'm doing a mindful squat. Breathing. Sorry, I forgot that I'm streaming. So this is what you do. It's kind of like shopping. When you go shopping, you kind of mindfully looking for something, but in fact, your mind is wandering. You're wandering because you're walking through the maze that the supermarket has created for you. And thus, you invariably be very tired and in some way bored and hypnotized by the music. And invariably, you buy all this junk food. So now at least I'm exercising my legs, focusing on separating worm casting and the worms. I mean, of course, this is not rocket science. You just pick up what you can. Because ultimately, if you harvest worms together with the worm casting, they'll probably survive because they can still eat. But it's probably better if you can keep them in the wormery so that they do the job and then they mate and they will have a happy environment. It's kind of like a co-op, worm co-op, And of course, as you saw earlier, there were lots of worms on the top, and there's much less worm here because it's almost finished. You know that they've finished eating here, so they go to different level. And as they go to different level, we can then harvest the worm casting. And then we keep going. So that's why if you have friends close by, or in fact, if you have a local WhatsApp group or community page on Facebook, share your worms with friends. Or ask for other people's worms. In fact, if you're lucky to be in UK, there are a lot of things going wrong with our country. But one thing we get it right is that a lot of these wormeries are actually discounted. So you can go to your local council website or just do a search of your local council's name and then say wormery, and then you should be able to find the discount code. So this wormery usually costs 130 pounds, 160 pounds. But I think with the council subsidy, I think you only pay like 30 pounds. And then with a special voucher to get the worms. Or if you don't have the space, just ask some friends for it. Or local people. Or ping me a message, I might be able to send you some. However, I don't think I can send it to too many people. So maybe if you leave the message, I'll choose 1, 2, 3 subscribers if you're new this. So yeah, let's make this as a competition this week. I'll send some free worms to people that subscribe and leave a message and thumbs up or whatever. And yeah, but of course I don't promise everything. Yeah, I mean it's my first time, so I might forget to do it. Okay, my legs are getting tired, so I'll start breathing again. Shift the body weight. Right, so it's in fact very relaxing. I prefer to do these than watching junk and terrible news of the world. And of course you can also buy these too, right? But coming from business, I don't actually trust what's the percentage of real worm casting when you buy it. I mean, people can just add loads of crap in there. I mean, there's no guarantee that it's worm casting. Right. Okay, so this is 100% worm casting. Right. This is what it looks like. Right, well, let's feed this level 2 then. Okay. Roughly mix them together. I mean, it's not rocket science. I mean, everyone that tells you that, hey, it's difficult to do this, difficult to do that, it's by design, yeah? People say, hey, you know, it's better to buy. It's mainly because they want you to buy. They want to make you think that it's difficult to do. You know, it's like lawyers speak. That's how they protect their revenue. Yeah, so this is not rocket science. You mix them together, and then you just leave it for weeks, months, and then employ this cheap labor, free labor of worm to just do what they do best, merry, as in happy, and eat to their heart's content. I mean, usually we should also add a bit of eggshells, but I think I've already done that when I prepared the kitchen scrap. If not, it doesn't matter. They'll still eat them anyway, just slower. And if you want to be sure, you can just re-add it later. I mean, they're very resilient. They are worms. Right, so this is the last level. Not sure I want to do it. I'll do it later. Right, so, but just to show you, to finish the video on worm casting, so I'm going to swap it around so that, right, so this is the last level. Right, so this is what happens. A lot of the worm casting on the last level become here. Oh. So you just need to put back the worms. I'm being a bit lazy because squatting all this time is very tiring. Once you decided to do something, you must finish it. Well, for me anyway. So I'm going to just chill. I'm not going to separate the worms now for this layer. So this is the final result for the worm casting. Right. Okay. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes I forget which one is which. Right now, so put the most ready one up here. Okay, very good. Right. So this is the most ready one. I'll let them move down to the layer with more food. And then that's it. Okay. So that's how you feed a wormery and then harvest the worm casting. And then when it's winter, sometimes it's better to put some protection on top, because in February, in my area, in London anyway, there will still be some frost. So that's it. So there's a short video on how to harvest worm casting, feed the worm, and then collect this black gold. So I hope you like it. And I think it's getting dark now, so I'm going to do the hot bin tomorrow, or when I have time. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Get up right there. And if you're interested, we can talk about in the future, not only hot bin, but maybe pruning figs. So we can prune some green figs in the next day or so. Right, so how to prune these. And then also maybe look at how to plant asparagus. This is asparagus seed. So this is burgundy asparagus. How to plant it?